Now I'm going into what I call lead beside. So I'm in here closer, and now I'm asking him to go forward, and I'm up by his shoulder. And now I'm touching him with this flag. So I can start desensitizing him to touch with the flag. Pulling away, stay with him. Right there. So he wasn't doing what I was asking him to, so I put the pressure on and kept it on until he did it. So right here, I want his shoulders to move to his left. Wait, right there. Good. And he's really distracted by the horses outside the round pen. That's fine. I won't get after him too much. And this is where a rope halter might start to come in handy if he starts. I think he'll be fine. But right there, if I had a rope halter, he probably wouldn't have got his head around there. Nice thing is he's only 7 months old, so he's not that strong. He's strong, and he could break your leg if he kicked it hard enough, but now I'm going into that lead beside. Keep the pressure on, pressure on, pressure on, and release. So he charged forward. It wasn't really intentional, but that was one of his attempts at getting out of pressure, is bolting forward. That's okay. See, he's really not he's not that sensitive and afraid of this flag. He's starting to figure it out pretty quickly. Go the other direction. Wait for him. Right there. Let's just change directions a few times so I can work on that. So his departure is kind of poor right now, so I'm going to work on changing directions. That was a little better. Ooh. Better. The screaming U-turn? Yeah, if he changes directions and he rolls into that change of directions. Ooh. Right now I'm just yielding the hindquarters and then bringing the front end across to change directions. So watch, I'll yield the hindquarters. Good, now bring the front end. Good, that's getting much better. So I kind of got through that. Now go back to my lead beside. He's a little more stiff on this side. He wants to turn out. And this is the side that he actually turned away from, and I had to get behind him with the long lead rope right there. So you see little nuances of where his weaknesses are.
His good side, his bad side.
Yep. Yeah. So if he really drops his head and tries to go to his left, I'm going to put a lot of pressure on his hip. Good, I'll go ahead and change sides again. Change sides. Good boy. Now I'm going to desensitize to rest a little bit. He's licking and chewing, draw him into me. Now I'm going to let him just stand there while I start my desensitizing with my flag. I'll touch him with it. I'm going to get over here on his left shoulder, touch him with it, wave it out here. If he leaves me or he quits me, so I want him to stand still, and if he moves his feet, I'm going to draw him into me. Draw him in. Draw him in. Good. Pulling him off balance is the easiest way to get some movement. Yep. Is that you could have a tug of war with your horse pulling straight on, and that's a big reason why I use one rein stops and teach a horse to flex laterally, because it's the same as if you're on the ground and you're pulling straight ahead, they've got all of their power against you. But if you pull to the side, you pull them off balance. Kind of the same thing with the one rein. So I'm a little past his shoulder right now, but he's not moving his feet. So I'm going to go back to the other side. Now if I come in and approach my horse after I've been desensitizing with this flag, be careful. You want to tuck that flag behind you. Either throw it on the ground or tuck it back here so that you don't accidentally put that flag up underneath them. Because if you're in here in the danger zone and that flag flicks underneath them and they go to strike it, they're going to hit you. And it won't be on purpose. It will just be, you put them in an impossible situation. And once I start to get his respect, then I go back and I just rub on him a lot. Make sure that when I raise that hand, he doesn't think, this doesn't mean he's going to get whacked. If he bites, then this is coming in and he's going to get whacked. So he'll very quickly learn the difference. But see how I'm approaching and retreating with my hand? Because at first when I brought my hand up here, he kind of flinched a little. So now I'm just working on that. Putting my hand up here, taking it away, making sure he's fine with that. Oh, he's a good horse. He likes that. Okay, take him back to the stall. We'll unhalter him and then let you do it.
Sounds good.
Then as I'm walking him back, I'll keep an eye on him and then make sure the other horses are out of my way using my flag. Redirect his feet. Good boy.
So this is typically right here's where he used to rear.
Okay. When you're trying to lead him forward?
Yeah.
Look at that, he's on.
It was a tug of war at this point.
So he's on a loose lead rope.
Yep.
So you work on that pass through where there's more space, and then in here it gets really easy after he's learned how to do it. Licking and chewing.
Look at that looking and chewing. Look at that nice walk in.
Now, did he get a little sweaty? Yes, he did. It's kind of warm. But if you're afraid to let your horse get sweaty, then you don't understand horses, horsemanship, or even the anatomy and physiology. It is good for us to sweat. So I'm just saying that for people who get concerned if their horse gets sweaty.
In this time of year,
especially, yeah. And any time if they get sweaty, I'll try to keep my flag out of the way. Actually, I'll just put my flag out here. Okay, so we'll work on taking this off. Now, I'm going to actually put this back over his neck so I can control him when I'm taking this off, because if he pulls away while I'm taking this off, that's going to create a problem in and of itself. let's work on this real quick before I take this off. Let's work on lowering his head. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand up here, my left hand right below that snap, my right hand up here. I'm going to keep my head kind of out of the way, and I'm going to just start rocking him back and forth. Now I can put my elbow up over like this, but because this gives me a little more room, good. Just in case he throws his head. Now if he throws his head, I'm just going to kind of stay with him. So I'm lower, rocking left to right. As soon as he lowered his head a little bit, rub on him. And I like to rub right up here in the tuft of his forelock. Good boy. Good. Let's work on getting him to back off of steady pressure here. Good. Because he's wanting to get pushy on me. So if a horse is real pushy, what do I work on? Backing. Good. Better. Okay. Now let's work on getting his head down. Now remember, he's been for months been nipping, so it's not going to be fixed in one session, but you can get a good chunk of it fixed in one session. Good. So I'm just rocking back and forth. When I say good, I release the pressure because he lowers his head. Sorry, I missed that one. Good. It's okay. Good. Good. That's kind of where I want his head to be. Wait for him. Good. Wait for him. Good. Good boy. Now, when horses are sweaty, they'll want to rub on you. But my rule of thumb is I'll rub on you all I want, but don't rub on me. When they start to rub on me, then it gets dangerous. I've had people get broken bones by getting slammed against fences, knocked out by the head coming up. And I know one person who has a cousin that got killed with a horse throwing their head up and clocking him right here, and it literally killed him. So I keep my head out of the way. I use my chest to kind of block my hips and chest. Okay, now I want to ask him to lower just a little bit and allow that halter to fall off. So if I consistently do that, he's going to start to learn that if he'll lower his head, that halter is going to come off, at the end of the session. Okay. Now, honestly, when I halter him, with this halter, this is how I would do it. I would unbuckle it and then do it like this. And you were probably doing it the other way because you wanted to slip it over the ears and
down and dirty.
Yeah. Not going to worry about him moving his feet a little bit right now. Over time, I'll start to refine that where I don't want him jigging around when I'm working with him here. But right now, I'll kind of move with him and not worry about it too much. Good boy. Okay, first thing I want you to do is move his feet around in the stall just a little bit. Move his feet around and then get him to follow you around. But first move, because he'll follow you right now because of what we've done so far. So he's kind of looking at you. There, that's good, that's good. Push him around for like 3 or 4 circles. I'll let him get a drink for a second. I don't know why he'd be thirsty. Don't you just love this stuff?
I do. I love it today.
Oh, you love it today?
I love it every day, but I like it when it's like, it makes,
Yeah, when you're frustrated
I like seeing the change in him because I see what he was craving. And to me, he was craving just a good leader and somebody to help him, like you said, like his mama, set him straight, put him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
And today I saw that nice change with him.
Cool.
I felt like he was like, oh.
Yeah, I totally. It's almost like he's a different horse. Okay, now go ahead and move him around. So just move him a few circles to the right If he turns his butt to you and tries to turn away and change directions, just correct him and go back the same way that you were originally going. So right. So we'll just stay right for now. Keep pushing him around. Okay, now step out in front of him and see if you can draw him into you. Beautiful. Now walk around towards his right hip, circle around towards that hip and see if he'll start to follow you. Oh, beautiful. Now walk away from him. Good, now go left, or to your left, left circle. Yeah, you're right, you were doing it correct. Now back him out of your space, just a little bit. Good. Now, don't walk with him because the key is back him out of your space. So put pressure on him so that he moves away from you. There you go. Now send him to the left in a left circle. Do 2 more circles. One more. Okay, now draw him into you. Step out. There he goes. Good, now let him come in and rub on him.
No.
Okay, now step to his side and go ahead and put your lead rope over his neck. And just tie a knot on that. So the challenge you have is you're the same person he's been with for the last couple months where he's been nipping at you.
Yep.
So now his behavior is automatically he's gonna want have that tendency to do it again. Yeah.
Don't drop your lead. I just need to move with him.
Yeah. And if he gets nippy with you, just back him up and then pull him forward and pull him off balance. Beautiful.
Good. Good boy.
Now, take the lead rope off of his neck and then just lunge him around a couple circles left and a couple circles right. See how that feels, then back him up. So a couple left, couple right, and then back him up and bring him in like 5 times. Stay right there, good. Good, very good. Keep it on, keep the pressure on. And if he walks into your space, back him out. Back him out, right there, back. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Good. Now yield his hindquarters and send him the other way. Good. Okay, now come over here and stand in this corner here. I want you to draw him into you, rub on him. Give yourself a little space, like just that's perfect. So draw him into you. Lean forward a little bit, and then good. Very good. I like the release you gave him. Ask him again. Good. Now rub on him a little bit. Now back him out of your space. See if you can get him back there quite a ways. Okay, release. Good. Go ahead and draw him back into you. Very good. Now back him out of your space. Pretty good. Draw him in. And just do it 2 more times. And because you're wiggling back and forth, I don't march in this one. I'm just going to keep my feet still, wiggle back and forth, wave the rope real hard. If you need more pressure, in worst case, you jerk down on it. Jerk, 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 jerk. There you go. Good. Okay, and back him up a little more. Keep going, keep going. Watch his feet. Keep going, keep going. Right there. Good. Ask him again. Back him up. A little better. Now start light. Back him up one more time. Now get heavier. Good. Now you'll find, like, I think you're going to order a rope halter for him, right? Yeah, you'll be able to manage that kind of behavior a lot better. Like he won't be able to pull away because he'll feel a lot more pressure. Good, draw him into you, and then back him out one more time. And release. So if you have to build that pressure, then watch for a smallest change and then release it. Yep. Start light, build it, release. He's just itchy from that sweat, I think. So he went forward, keep bumping, bump, 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 keep bumping, bump, bump, bump. Right there. Good. Ask him again. Good, release. Now just let him sit there a little. Now if he walks forward and you didn't ask him, back him up again, but let's see if he'll just stand there for a bit. And like I mentioned, it's okay. I don't mind them pawing early on. They're trying to figure it out. Sometimes they'll shake their head.
I need to practice that.
Yeah.
You make everything look easy, Luke.
Well, throwing that rope over the head is not an easy task. Yeah, that's hard. Good, so then you can just start working with him. You saw what I did out in the round pen. As you can tell, I'm of the opinion, there you go, good, that tools are handy. Just like spurs can be handy for a nice tool, a lead rope can be handy for a nice tool, your halter, a stick and string, a flag. I have no issues using those tools. In fact, they're really handy because they are an extension of your arm. So you can, oh, I love that. I love his, now right there, bump just a little bit up. There you go. Okay, go ahead and unhalter him. Beautiful. And then come on out. Can you just tell me a little bit about what you learned today and what you're going to implement in your horsemanship?
So what I learned today was I was tolerating his biting for too long because I was afraid that I was going to over discipline him to a point where it would become detrimental to a relationship.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure of the actual how that looked.
Yeah.
But I saw when you went in there, it was very to the point, very black and white. There was no gray area of you were saying, get out of my space. Or I was leaving a lot of gray area open because I was tolerating it, and then I'd kind of try to do the chicken wing thing to get him out. Well, that wasn't working. So moving forward, I know going into the stall that I can move his feet around and gain respect from him and establish that, you know, tie him up, put a knot around the lead rope, and put his halter on. And that's going to make it really simple by just gaining respect by moving his feet right and left, forward and backwards.
Yep.
What I saw you do, I was a little too quick getting him out of his stall, so what I saw you do was take that time to do the pass-through, because that's going to be critical for us getting inside and out of the stall. So I can use the pass-through exercise now, so that's going to be number 2. And then in the arena, just opens up a whole other game for getting him moving his feet right and left, forwards and backwards, in a nice safe space where we have a lot of room to move his feet out.
Yeah.
So I can take it on from there by, I can start introducing, I've got to get him ready for a farrier, I've got to get him ready for a bath, for clipping, and all that stuff like now I can do safely by getting him out into the round pen.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Now, is the vet coming to castrate him here, or you have to take him?
She's going to come here.
She's coming here,
We're
okay.
going to lay him down on the grass in the shade.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so he's never been in a trailer before, huh?
He hasn't.
Okay, cool.
That's also on the list.
Yeah.
And tying, I want to be able to tie him up in his stall.
Yeah.
He has been tied once.
Okay. Remember to be around him and use a blocker tie ring. I don't get any compensation from blocker tie ring, but I use them all the time. It's one of the most important tools. If you don't know anything about the blocker tie ring, go to our membership site and watch a video about the blocker tie ring, why I think it's so important. It's really a great tool to help your horse start to learn to tie without just blowing up and feeling all that pressure when they pull back against something really hard. So thanks for letting me come over and work with him. It was awesome.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah.
Luke, house calls. House calls with Luke.
Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome.
If anybody's seen Fridays with Frank, this is house calls with Luke.
All right. Talk to you later.